The Scottish Government has announced that its super sponsor scheme for Ukrainian refugees will remain on hold.
The programme was set up to allow more refugees to settle north of the border, with the government itself providing accommodation. But it was paused back in July.
With dozens of Ukrainians still arriving in Scotland every day, there is still high demand. And one host from Dumfries and Galloway says more support is needed to help refugees settle in. Greg Hoare reports.
In March, Oksana and Sophia became the first Ukrainian refugees to arrive in Scotland. Around 21,000 have followed, with 252 moving to the south. Anna is one of those. These birthday cards from the community in Dalry are testament to the warm welcome she's received.
I felt very welcome. At first I was very scared about people, about communication, about my English. I'm sure that it's not well, but you know, all people help me to improve my English every day. So yes, I am very enjoying.
Anna moved as part of a scheme where private homeowners open their doors. The Scottish Government also set up a super sponsor scheme where it was in charge of providing accommodation. It was paused in July because of the huge number of applications, and today the Minister couldn't say when it would reopen.
Scotland is facing the most severe economic upheaval in a generation, already impacting people, businesses, public services and the third sector. Difficult decisions are being taken that affect all of Scotland's people, and our offer of support for people displaced by the conflict in Ukraine is unfortunately not immune from that. Having considered the current position, I've concluded we're unable to resume applications to the super sponsor scheme at this time.
Despite the best intentions of the Minister and his officials, and I've never doubted that for a moment, the super sponsor scheme remains mired in problems. What date does he expect the super sponsor scheme to resume?
I can't put a timescale on that.
Anna's host is Paul Goodwin, who says those who move here need more practical guidance.
The whole nightmare of bureaucracy is crazy. First of all, the big problem is that the government, UK government, Scottish government and even the local authority never issued a list of all the things that need to be done when people come from Ukraine. They didn't issue it to them and they didn't issue it to the hosts. I've made out my own list, which I've passed to numerous people, and everybody seems to think it's helpful, and it covers a whole range of stuff, from how to claim universal credit, child benefit, Scottish child payment.
Every day, more than 100 Ukrainian refugees are still arriving in Scotland, and yesterday Russia intensified its bombardment of Kyiv, targeting power and water supplies. As winter approaches, many more are likely to flee. Desperate for sanctuary, they'll find many open doors in Scotland, but for now the super sponsor scheme remains closed. Greg Hoare, ITV News.
And Peter McMahon will have more Scottish politics for you tonight at 10:45 for viewers north of the border. Representing Border will also be available on our website after that.